the pieces into the slot, make the right selection. But be quick, you're racing the clock. Goes perfection.
Board game adaptations in video games are nothing new, especially during the 7th generation of consoles. The Xbox 360 and Wii and PS3 got quite a few of them, but one series in particular always had a surprising amount of charm. Today we're going to be looking at one of the most interesting installments of this particular series to see if it still holds up. This is Hasbro Family Game Night 3. While the series is definitely best known for its Wii releases, Hasbro Family Game Night did make its way onto the Xbox 360. And honestly, I've always described this series as having a cozy Saturday morning fun energy to it. Something about the presentation, the bright colors, the bubbly music, the way each board game comes to life in its own little themed world feels like flipping on a Saturday morning cartoon block. In this installment, instead of taking place in a themed apartment that you could customize, this particular entry takes place on Board Game Island, and this time your Xbox avatars get in on the fun. And of course, the whole thing is hosted by the legend himself, Mr. Potato Head, or Mrs. Potato Head if you prefer, who is still the face of this particular gaming franchise. There are 5 games included within this particular collection, and I'm going to be ranking them from best to, well, not so good.
There's been a murder!
Oh, he's dead, he is.
It's a classic game of Clue. Who done it, where they done it, and with which weapon they done it with.
He's dead and alive, Primmy. The killer is Mr. Green.
Well, it could have been someone else.
A game of Clue.
To kick things off, we're going to be talking about Clue, my favorite game in this particular collection. Clue is definitely the star of the show. It's a classic deduction game where you investigate a murder by collecting clues, eliminating potential suspects, and of course, accusing who you think is the correct suspect. While it can be a little slow, it is still stylish and fun, and translates surprisingly well into the digital format.
The game of life is better than ever.
Go to school, get a job that's cool. Get lucky in the game of life. Marry your honey, go someplace sunny. Get lucky in the game of life.
The second game on this collection is Hasbro's The Game of Life. Life is another solid inclusion to this collection. It follows your avatar from early adulthood all the way to retirement. You can play minigames to choose your career, buy houses, deal with taxes, and raise a family. Basically, it's like real life, but you earn a livable wage. It's charming but long, bogged down a lot by minigames that pop up every 5 minutes it seems. There is a remix version also available that cuts the minigames out and, in addition to that, removes money altogether in a very interesting way, replacing money with space movements.
What are we doing, boss?
We're going in for the big cheese, but it's every mouse for himself, so don't get caught.
Mousetrap! It's a zany action, a crazy contraction. The fun is catching, it's Mousetrap.
Mousetrap. Mousetrap is the chaotic Rube Goldberg contraption game. You build a trap piece by piece and try to catch your opponents. It's fun, but not quite as tight or polished as the previous board games we've mentioned on this list. Still fun. I actually think I prefer the remix version that's available in this game, as it's a bit more chaotic and just looks a bit more appealing, and kind of reminds me of the TV show Wipeout.
America loves to play. Now there's Mickey Mouse Yahtzee, your child's first Yahtzee game.
Yahtzee, hands down, is basically a card-based remix of the classic Yahtzee. Instead of rolling dice, you are collecting combo cards as fast as possible and slapping your hand down before anyone else can. And basically, whoever has the highest score at the end wins. It's quick, competitive, but it's not really my particular favorite in this collection. I would much prefer the regular Yahtzee, I think, but it's still far from being a pure skippable game. That honor, of course, goes to Twister.
Excitement going round, there's a party going down. Twister! Yeah, Twister! Your feet and hands go down, but you gotta stay up. Twister! Twister, the hottest game around.
Now for the worst game in this entire collection, Twister. This has nothing to do with a real-life Twister, and it's basically a low-budget Dance Dance Revolution knockoff. And worse yet, it's literally a reused minigame from the Game of Life. Yeah, this one's not fun, and is the most skipped version whenever me and my friends gather together to play this title. Now, most of the main board games, especially Clue, Life, and Mousetrap, feature mini-games sprinkled in throughout the match, and I have mixed feelings about these. While they can break up the gameplay in a fun way, there are way too many, and it just feels like it drags out and ruins the pacing that the earlier Family Game Night titles nailed. For example, in Life, when your character gets married, instead of spinning a wheel or flipping a coin, you're forced to do this game's version of Twister to determine how much every player pays you. Why? Why do we need a time-wasting minigame here when Life is already the longest board game in this collection? It's moments like this where the game feels padded instead of polished. And unlike, say, Mario Party, the minigames don't really add anything to the experience. In fact, the remix versions get rid of the minigames entirely for the most part, and they're a lot more fun and quicker paced. To the game's credit, Hasbro Family Game Night 3 does offer some solid variety here and there. There are quick game modes to speed through matches, and even remix modes, as I mentioned before, which change the rules and modify how dice work, and it keeps things interesting after a few rounds. These additions help, but they don't fix the pacing entirely. Although I will say Remix Life is a much better improvement if you're looking to just do a quick, in and out kind of game. Overall, Hasbro Family Game Night 3 is a fun family game, but it's a mixed bag. Some of the included titles are great, Clue and Life especially, but others just feel like filler. And when you compare this entry to the earlier Family Game Night games, or even other board games adaptations on the console, it just feels like it doesn't have the same staying power. The presentation is noticeably weaker than previous titles. Nothing bad, it's just less memorable. I think if we were able to maybe customize the island like we were our rooms in the previous Family Game Night games, I think it would have helped a lot. But because of that, Hasbro Family Game Night 3 earns an easy C rank. Fun enough for a family night, but not something I'll revisit often unless I really want to play Clue or Life in a digital format. What about you? What did you think of Hasbro Family Game Night 3? Did you grow up with the series and play this a lot? And if so, did you play it on Wii, Xbox 360? I'm also pretty sure it came out on PS3, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe so that way you don't miss out on any future reviews, because we're going to be hitting every game we possibly can for the Xbox 360 console. Until next time, this is Amtiro, and I will see you at the next spawn point.
Thanks for watching Forced Respawn. Like and subscribe.